Hey Transformers fans, thanks for joining us for another Fan First Friday. We know we saw you guys a couple weeks ago, but I'm Ben from the marketing team.
I'm Evan from design. Hello.
Thanks for coming back to see us, just another 2 short weeks. We kind of hinted at what was coming today. We revealed a little teaser image back in July when we revealed our Covert Agent Ravage San Diego Comic-Con item. There was a little post down the bottom, had the Transformers Victory logo, and just said something to come sooner than later. We just never really said anything else about that on social. We hinted at it a little bit 2 weeks ago with our outro. We've been checking the fan forums, and we see all your comments, and we're pretty sure you guys understand what's going on. Also, hopefully you checked out the IGN exclusive article that came out about an hour ago today, pointing you to come watch today's HasLab reveal. So rather than us telling you what it is, we're going to let a video show you what it is. Wow, Victory Saber, like from the get-go, like you're just gonna get Victory Saber. No Victory Leo unlocked here. It's Star Saber, it's Victory Leo, Brainmaster. You get it all from the get-go. So let's start from the top. We'll start with the Brainmaster and show you just how cute this guy is. He looks massive on screen here, but This is a digital render.
Yes.
We're gonna show you really what he looks like.
So of course, the Brain of Courage. What was it? Yuki no Brain?
Yuki no Brain.
Yes. Which the Takara Tomy designer on this is Yuki-san, so it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of funny. So yes, so here we have the Brain Master of Courage. As you can see, he's about 1 inch tall. And here he is right next to a Titan Master. So you can kind of see the size difference.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. And I'm sure some fans are like, well, what's the difference between a Brain Master and a Titan Master? So Titan Master is like our traditional headmaster. When you transform it, it becomes the entire head of the character. For a Brain Master goes inside the chest of a character and then becomes the face. So that brings us to our next part.
All right. So we're going to throw up the image here of Star Saber in his bot mode, so you can see that face is there in him. And then Evan's going to show you how it goes into the model here.
Well, this is just Saber, but this is just Autobot Saber. So what you guys are seeing right now is the robot mode. I have the model that we're showing today is a first print model. It's rapid prototype, so it's very fragile. So I don't have it completely transformed correctly because I'm afraid I'm going to break it with my trembling hands. So when you're just like, hey, the knees aren't right, it's like, yes, I know, trust me. So I just don't want to break it. So with the Brain Master, obviously, you open up the chest, you pop out his helmet, and then you put him on in. And of course, the head is on a turret bucket, so he still has head articulation. So we can still go from side to side.
And then for comparison, you can see that Autobot Saber is roughly about our deluxe scale. We just happen to have the Hound figure for Cybertron here. For scale, we're going to show him throughout this so you can just see how big and the size of these characters are. So next we'll show you Star Saber, Autobot Star Saber in his jet mode. This is his vehicle mode. You can see here we have clear plastic on the cockpit. This also, if you look closely, you'll notice that the Brain Master is actually sitting in the cockpit here. He has a little hip swivel joint so that you can sit him in there. It's really neat. It makes it very screen accurate to the animation. You know that his conversion scene in Transformers Victory, he pops out of the cockpit, as you saw in the video. It allows you to recreate that moment while you're doing all of your awesome photo shoots that we can't wait to see when this is in your hands.
Of course, and if anybody has seen Transformers Victory, they have seen that transformation sequence 100 times because it was featured in every episode.
Is that an accurate number or an estimation? I'm just curious.
Estimation.
Okay. We might have to count. Maybe when we finally get to show you guys all of those episodes here in the States, if you don't have the DVD collection, we can put a transformation counter up in the left-hand corner and see how many times we get to see that animation as we go through the whole series.
That would actually be pretty awesome.
So Evan is just converting Autobot Star Saber here so we can show you what he'll look like when you add him to the V-Star jet in Victory Saber mode.
And I appreciate Ben distracting you while I do that. So, of course, I'm going to do the battle up and put his helmet on so you can see him.
So, again, big boy. Again, for comparison, here's our Hound deluxe figure. Just a little smaller. Kind of would walk into Victory Saber's fist if he's not paying attention.
Super excited to finally have a representation of this guy that isn't Masterpiece. So, it's like the first time Hasbro is doing the Supreme Commander figure, and we are trying to replicate him as best as we can, and he looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's perfect because it fits in our generation scale, so you can play with him across everything we've been building over the last few years.
We've added in a bunch of articulations, so we brought in some butterfly joints into like his chest, so of course he can get that dynamic posing for his sword strikes. As we've seen from the animation, dynamic sword fighting is what Star Saber does. Of course, I'm that sword.
So while Evan puts the sword together, let's show you Autobot Star Saber in his jet mode. You can see here, you just take the Autobot Saber vehicle mode, and then the V-Star jet adds onto it. You get this nice big space jet that can fly all over the galaxy to take on the Decepticons and Deathsaurus. It's great stuff.
It's such a wonderful 80s design.
And then the next image, you can see it from the bottom up, just to show you really like how big and deep this is, as that other angle kind of doesn't point to that. And then lastly, you can see the iconic pose here from the animation in the opening of Autobot Star Saber and his sword. And you, like Evan just showed with those joints, that you can really get that posability with this figure.
Yes. So can't wait to see all the photos that you guys post of this guy as he's battling and slaying other Decepticons. So
Megatron doesn't stand a chance. Starscream's going to get smacked down. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
All right. So Evan's going to go in a little more detail about the sword for you, show it off a little closer.
Yes. So of course, Star Saber's iconic saber, the sword. What you guys are seeing right now, we haven't modified this model just yet, but our next version that we show you should hopefully have that. So the blade is angled right now to follow the Generation 1 figure, but we're making it so that you can actually choose if you want it to be animation accurate, which has the blade like this, or if you want it to continue to be toy accurate. We're just trying to make sure that we give you guys those kind of opportunities and features to, you know, make your own decisions on how you want to display and pose out your figure.
It's going to be fun. All the sword battles. You know, we've been giving you a lot of swords in the Generations line over the last couple of years too. It's going to be some fun photos for sure. So next we have our Victory Leo. So you can see here on the screen, this is that digital render of our model. This is Victory Leo in his lion mode. He's got those beautiful cannons on his back. His wings are folded under. In the next image, you get to see him in his bot mode. And this pose out is based on his G1 box art. Evan worked very closely with Takara Tomy to get that pose done right, along with our awesome digital renders team with Nick and Steve to make this happen.
And I've got the figure right here. So here we go, God Jinrai reincarnated as Victory Leo. He's a big guy.
Big guy.
Yeah.
Again, bigger than a deluxe.
Quite.
Hound's going to walk into his wing this time instead of a fist, so
yes,
that'll be painful as well.
Yes. He is a little bit smaller than Star Saber, but that's to help with the proportions when they combine together. So, and of course, his cannons are articulated so they can pop on forward. They can also come off, and he can either put them on the side of his wrists, as you've seen from the previous render, or he can actually hold them because they're 5mm joints. So they can go on any other 5mm joint that you see on any of our other figures.
Good stuff. It's fun. All right. So again, because we have referenced this is our first up prototype model, things are still being worked out and it's very delicate, and we are not going to convert it today for you. So we're only going to show you digital renders of what Victory Saber looks like. So first up, you can see him in his vehicle mode. So this is Star Saber plugged into the V-Star jet, and then Victory Leo added on, so you can get this giant space jet thing. And then we move on to this iconic pose from his conversion scene in the animation, the 3/4, you can see the blasters, everything put together. And then lastly, this straight on front image, you get to see what's going on, see just how big Victory Saber is, all of the plus one pieces. And, you know, it's I'm impressed. Like, we've been working on this project for a long time. It's I had to get up to speed and watch some Victory to really understand what was going on, and get into how to work on this project. So
it's good stuff.
It's good.
Yeah, it's super exciting, and I hope you all are excited as we are.
All right. So again, it's 11,000 backers. The U.S. price is $179.99. It's available on HasbroPulse.com right now in the U.S., Canada, and UK. That'll be available starting right now. It's up there. You guys can go back it. We're excited. We hope you are also excited. And then rather than like kind of drag it out for a week or so, we're just going to show you what the tier 1 unlock would be. This is at 14,000 units. So, you know, we'll fund it at 11,000. You guys are getting Victory Saber and all its pieces. But when we get to 14,000, you're going to get the V-Lock cannon. You can see it there on the screen.
Yes.
It's really cool. It's really big. Evan's about to show you just how big it really is.
Yes. So here we go, the V-Lock cannon. It's humongous, so it lives up to its name.
Yeah, again, bigger than a deluxe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's big.
So of course, it has a feature then where it can snap onto the side of Victory Leo, just like the Generation 1 toy, and as featured in the animation. So, but of course then that can shift to have a 5mm peg, so then Victory Saber can just hold it and just demolish anything in his path.
All right, so along with that, in the tier 1 unlock, we're also going to have some blast effects. The colors are still being worked out at this moment, but you can see here in the digital render that you can use them in the cannons. They have that typical 5mm port that we've been using on everything too. So in the jet modes, you can also use them as thruster effects. On the next image, you'll see Victory Leo with them in the blasters in his hands. You'll also see here in the next image that Victory Leo has that third mode. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, yep, it's his jet mode. It just felt weird to show off the jet mode without the V-Lock cannon on it because it doesn't look as aerodynamic as it could be.
You mean a giant pointy thing in front of you while your jet isn't aerodynamic?
Not aerodynamic enough, but yeah, Victory Leo is technically a triple changer. So he's a jet, a lion, and a robot. So it's super exciting.
All right. And then a couple more images here or just the one more image of Victory Saber with the blast effects in the cannon, so you can really see that you can get those. However you want to use your blast effects, you can get that pose out and just have some really awesome photos for us. So that'll do it. What's your, you worked on this for a lot longer than I did, so what is your favorite part?
Throw me for a curveball there. No, I'm just so happy that we're doing him and we're doing such a fantastic representation of him.
It's true. Yeah. It's exciting to bring Japanese characters into the Generations line look.
It is.
We're just, I don't know, it's going to be cool. I'm really excited. Again, it's only 11,000 figures to fund this project, and then 14,000 to get to that tier 1 unlock. For those of you that potentially are going to Boston Fan Expo, we are currently working towards possibly having these models on display in lock cases there. So you'll get to see these exact models, the ones Evan is holding, literally locked up in case so you can take some photos of them. But again, remember, these are just our prototypes. This is not the final product. A couple of things might change. We're going to try to improve everything where we can. Yeah.
Few details here and there will probably change a little bit as we move forward, but nothing too significant.
So we'll continue to check in with you over the next 45 days as this funding period goes on. We will be ending on 10/10, aligning with New York Comic Con. Also, for all our international fans outside of the US, Canada, and the UK, we do have some retail partners that will also be making this HasLab Victory Saber available to you. They will be starting today as well. Some of them might not roll out to the beginning of next week. We are going to work on our social channels to get those links out and get them geo-targeted for each region, so you guys can definitely know where to back this project so you can get it where Pulse is not currently located. All right. So anything else you want to, I mean, you're showing off Star Saber there with his
just while we're talking, I just want to make sure everybody's getting their money's worth by looking at what we have to offer today. So as I said, super excited. I guess the best way to end this is just by saying, let's say go.
Let's say go.
Let's say go.
Thanks, everybody.